When I started in games, I started as a games tester. So that's a role that kind of doesn't have many prerequisites. You kind of just need to be a bit enthusiastic and maybe a bit organised. Organisational skills are really important from the production side of things, because you do need to make sure you need to build the schedules and build the roadmaps and things like that.
Because we're a small team, we wear a lot of hats. You have to be ready to learn things you didn't know and trust yourself with that. And with a calm head say, I can learn anything.
With regards to transferable skills, I would say listening is an incredibly important element to the work that I'm doing.
You know, when you're listening to each other, listening to your team members, you get a more clear understanding of your goal. It's important to listen to others, get your thoughts out there, and try to bring all ideas onto the table.
People are coming out of university without being able to collaborate with one another.
Game development is not a solo effort. It entails having to collaborate with many people who are generally very strong in their fields.
I get to work with people with skills I don't have that can sort of bring a vision to life in a way that we never thought possible.
When you're working for an animation company, you may be working with up to 150 people. So you really need to be able to collaborate with people who are in your school, in your social network, and work towards a common goal.
Easily communication, if you can't communicate properly and resolve conflicts, it's going to make your job as a producer a lot harder.
It's really important to learn how to listen attentively, how to digest information, and how to convey your thoughts in a clear and just concise manner.
And it's all about being able to get what's in your head out into the world so other people can understand it and then help you make it.
On a daily basis, that's something which I try to take on board and improve on all the time.
Just being positive person, positive thinking, because if you start stressing, your team starts stressing. Always seek positive intention. So just a lot of people skills.
So something that I've done quite a little bit of is presentation, presenting your work to your fellow colleagues. Sometimes it's hard to communicate what you've been doing to someone, and it's really good to be able to sort of summarize your work on a higher level.
As a studio manager and as an artist, my job is to not only kind of run the studio and write, but also manage the team.
I personally spend a lot of time having to deal with multiple different departments. So you've got production, you've got sound, you've got the animators themselves.
A team works best when they are positive and energised. So I have to be very in tune to what everyone is doing, what mood everyone is in.
It's my job to keep them all happy, and that may not always be an easy thing to do. But from looking at various stages of my life and working with people and learning from people, you start working out what makes people tick and you get the best out of them.
The important part of a day for me as a producer is our dailies. It's where the team gets to feedback what they're doing and sort of any blockers they have, making sure I'm actively listening and engaging with them in our dailies to understand what help they need from me and where they're stuck and what they want to do to progress. I can be more proactive and just be like, hey, I heard you said this, can you expand on this to me? How can I help here?
As an artist, we always have to, give feedback, provide feedback, accept feedback with our work. So just listening to your feedback and accepting it well, it's really important to make sure you reach your goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Listening is a huge key skill.
My advice to anyone who wanted to develop the sort of skills needed for, at least for production, definitely try and organise a little outing with your friends. If you could, maybe even a little weekend away. Working out how do I get these people to respond to me in the first place. That's a good skill. That's something that I have to battle with all the time. People ignore their DMs all the time on Messenger.
Do team projects. Talk to people you don't know.
Get out there and meet as many people as you possibly can. So whether that's in social clubs, whether that's getting a part-time job when you're able to go and do it.
And that starts developing your communication skills, because it is like a muscle, right? You stop communicating, you start working in teams, your skills get worse.
You're going to be meeting so many people with so many personalities, and you can start learning about what makes them tick, how you get the best out of them.
My advice to give to young developers out there is to always keep doing what you love, and always speaking up about what you're doing as well. I think that's a very important transferable skill, because once you put your ideas out there,
I think it's really good to put together a presentation about whatever it is you're interested in, or an assignment, and really try to polish it and think about how the flow of that presentation might go.
Working together has so many things that happens in that space. Like, you have to communicate, you have to say, oh, I think we should do it this way. And then someone else gets to say, oh, okay, let me think about that. I think we should do it this way. And you have to negotiate.
Be patient and really listen, because by doing that, it'll ultimately allow you to unlock and learn from others. And by learning from others, it'll ultimately, hopefully, make you a stronger developer.
Get out there, meet people, network.
Practicing that with as many different people as you can, I think, is invaluable, whatever you're doing.
My bigger piece of advice would be you can learn anything. You can solve any problem. You just got to be a little bit hard-headed and trust yourself.
If you work hard, if you are willing to collaborate with people, there is not one person who's not going to want you.